Okay guys, welcome back to Pangit Ugali Podcast, kung saan pangit ang ugali namin.
At inaayos namin.
Today we have Christine.
Hi guys, ako nga pala si Christine.
Wow, ang humble.
First time, mapag-usapan.
Mapag-usapan? Ikaw yung pag-uusapan natin?
Hindi, joke lang.
Grabe. So, sakto sa pag-uusapan natin sa first topic. For clarification, siya yung naghanap na tong topic na to. So,
Oo, ako na.
hindi ako yung nag-ano dito. We're going again with the Reddit for this. And the first topic is called I have to stop drinking. Oh, gusto mo ikaw magbasa? Para relate ka talaga.
Wait. I have to stop drinking so hard. So I'm already 30 plus and I just celebrated my birthday. I come to this dooming realization that I'm already at my 30s and I party like in my 20s. I'm never the girl who just holds a glass of drink. I'm the one with either one or two friends with a whole bottle for themselves, sometimes two. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an alcoholic. I think. Yet. I drink hard like once or twice a month. Top. I'm also more of a homebody most of the time. Ano homebody? But when I do go out,
Homebody yung nasa bahay na siya lagi.
but when I do go out, I'm the one who drink till the last drop. Though my trusted friends don't let that
That
happen.
happen anyway.
Ayun. And I only go out with them with my tama ba?
Recently, I'm in blackouts.
As well that I can't even remember how I got home. But again, I'm only with my proven and tested trusted friends. So thank God for them for making me safe. When I think about it, aside from drinking, I don't have much of a social activities outside work. Yes, I travel from time to time, but that's when the partying also happens. My body is not well coordinated to be in sports. I walk and work out, but I prefer to do those alone. So right now, I'm in my bed, decompressing from my birthday trip and trying to figure out what else can I do for fun or socializing without the alcohol.
Habang muna dito, sabi dito, 30, doon ka na-relate sa pagiging 30 plus.
Hindi.
Nakaka-relate ka sa pagiging homebody.
Ay,
Hindi, sa labas ka ng bahay mo ngayon eh.
Kasi siguro dun na lang sa pag-iinom.
Oo,
Kasi I fear that I am worse than OP. Pero ngayon,
Ay, mas bata pa naman din eh.
mas umokay na. I think. Pero, ayun, kasi nga alcoholism, meron akong ibang few opinions and such na ginot down ko kasi.
Oo.
So,
Ano yung opinions
I
mo?
think alcoholism is a complex, multifaceted disorder with social and with physical and emotional and social ramifications. And kasi, alcoholism is often stigmatized with many people viewing it as a moral failing kesa sa medical condition. Ayun, ikaw meron ka
Ano
masasabi?
yung kasama mo? Giving it more of
People view it more as a moral failing.
failing.
Oo.
Okay. So, in that sense naman, the question talaga here is kasi the term for alcoholism, like, that's saying that it's an addiction. So, doon ako napupunta sa topic of addictions. And, as an addiction, it's not just specific to alcoholism. Any kind of addiction that you have talaga. Siguro most naman talaga. I don't know if I can generalize it, pero the definition of an addiction that I remember, and nakakwento ko naman lagi sa ito, is if it's something talaga na nakakahinder sa life mo. So, if it does hinder your life, and in this case, kung alcoholism nga ang naghihinder sa life mo, it does, of course, make sense na parang stigmatize siya, na masama yung tingin, diba? It's a moral failing if you are hindering your life because of this addiction. So, in that sense, I would agree, diba? Like, with anything naman you could say drug addiction, like yung mga illegal drugs. Like, people could say, hindi, nag-drugs ako, pero lahat ng ginagawa ko sa buhay, okay pa naman. So, wala problema. Okay, sige, sabihin natin, hindi siya moral failing. Video game addiction. Isa pa yan na parang hindi iniisip ng ibang tao na sobrang lala talaga. Pero, sometimes it does get to a point na nahihinder niya yung buhay niyo. Parang ako minsan hindi man consistent, pero minsan may parang ganun na instead of doing something productive like sa work or actual things, hindi man productive in an objective sense, pero things that I actually do want to get done, pero maglalaro muna ako, maybe nakahinder yun sa buhay ko. Like not consistently, pero minsan na nangyari. So, pag may mga ganun, it is a moral failing on my end. I don't know if tama yung term, pero in that sense, I would agree. Just in a very specific sense. Pero as a general sense naman, I don't think naman na drinking alcohol as in a general way is bad. Like, morally. Sabihin natin na lang scientifically sa katawan natin, siyempre nakakasama talaga yun. Like, alcohol literally is a poison. That's why we do get the effects that we get with it. And that's why the first time people usually drink alcohol, talagang napapaayaw sila. Kasi, yung katawan mo na nagsasabi na masama to. Ang nangyayari lang is, with alcohol, with most actually poisons, if you give it at a low dosage enough times, nag-adapt yung katawan mo na parang, okay lang pala to. Pero masama pa rin siya. Pero alam natin kaya natin tong gantong amount. And that's how people are brought into drinking more alcohol na lumataas yung tolerance and stuff like that. So, yeah. Dito, gusto mo ba na yun sa OP na mismo dito?
Ano?
Gusto mo pag-usapan dito sa OP mismo? For me, kasi I think the information na pinaprovide niya, hindi pa rin enough for me to say na may alcoholism siya. Like, it could be na, kasi, going with the last paragraph here, na, sabi niya na, body is not well coordinated in between sports. They walk and work out, pero gusto niya na alone. Nag-decompress siya sa birthday niya, and also the part na homebody siya. Are those things caused by alcohol? Yun yung tanong. Parang, kung hindi ba siya nag-uminom ng alcohol, would, I think babae ito, diba sabi niya she? Yeah. I'm never the girl. Okay, so she siya. So, if hindi siya uminom ng alcohol, would she be able to do sports? Would she prefer to work and walk and work out with other people? Like, yun yung mga questions sa akin. If the answer is no, regardless kung uminom mo hindi, di baka hindi naman talaga in terms of the drinking habits naman, it's not a lot. Again, these are things na hindi ko rin talaga masabi kung ano the amount that you drink and the how often you drink is not also an indication naman siguro.
Siguro nasa sa kanya na rin kung gusto niyang gawin yung mga bagay na yun.
Yung ano naman dito is, here with the post, since napapaisip siya, if she does think, okay, pwede ako gumawa ng ibang bagay, gagawa na lang ako, sige, I don't know, work out more or do other activities more, and kayanin niya, I'd say hindi siya alcoholic. Kung nag-iisip siya na ibang magagawa, tapos sinubukan niya, tapos di niya makaya, like, hindi inom na lang ako, that shows more of an addictive personality, na kahit nakapag-isip na siya ng magagawa, pero napapapunta pa rin siya sa alak. That's not a clear sign, pero that for me is a sign that may actual na problema dito na pwede sanang maagapan.
Kailangan niya munang i-acknowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I think this post is already a step toward acknowledgement. So, ikaw may naisip ka ba dito?
May naisip ba ako dito? Syempre, madami. Pero, kaya ko bang ilagay?
Ano, may ilagay?
Kaya ko bang ibigay? Kasi, puro nasa isip ko lang. Wait lang. Magsalita ako na dyan.
Kaya na pa ako nagsasalita dito. Hindi mo makapag-isip. Grabe. Nakaka-conscious pa. May camera shy.
Oh my God, stop.
Grabe. Sige, let's think about this more. So, isa niyang I think another specific thing here na pinpoint out niya is the amount that she drinks,
Oo.
diba? Marami siya uminom talaga. So, it could be
Mataas tolerance.
yeah, it could be just na mataas yung tolerance niya or nasanay lang siya or talagang baka ginagamit talaga niya yung drinking to get away from the stress. Actually, isa yun sa mga I think
Factors.
a factor that would be a cause for concern is if you're drinking just to get away from your problems na hindi mo sinosolve. It starts out with coping as a coping mechanism. Pero if you cannot cope talaga, like endlessly coping with some kind of addiction, some sort of substance, or again video game addiction, any kind of addiction, any kind of coping mechanism turns into an addiction if talagang nagre-rely ka doon, diba? So, ayun. Nakabigay na ako ng oras.
Din, kasi sabi niya, don't get me wrong, I'm not an alcoholic. Kaya mga once or twice lang siya na umiinom. So, I feel like hindi talaga alcoholic talaga.
I mean,
Parang-
yung doon kasi is self-diagnosis lang yun na hindi siya alcoholic because of the amount.
Oo.
Ang dito is, again, kung nakakahinder siya sa buhay mo. And the first step nga, di ba, para makapag-heal or recover from an addiction is to admit na meron ko ng addiction nun. If you say, hindi naman ako alcoholic, hindi naman ako, di, wala kang gagawin para baguhin yun. Parang dito is, it's ironic I have to stop drinking so hard yung title, pero, but I'm not an alcoholic Gusto ko lang mabawas to. If kahit sabihin natin siguro na wala siyang addiction, pero she does admit na, baka alcoholic ako. Sige, what do I do? That sends a better signal to your brain na pwede kang may ibang gawin, di ba? So,
I also feel like na parang nakaka-hinder nga rin sa buhay ng OP kasi yun nga, yung mga last few words na sinabi niya, what else can I do for fun or socializing without the alcohol? So parang, I feel like she's saying na kung walang alcohol, I feel like walang magaganap. Kung tama ba yan?
Well, yung nakuha ko dito is, dun siya nasanay na when she does have fun or socialize, it's stuff that has something to do with alcohol, diba? Siguro ang isa rin dito is, I don't know, pero she does have trusted friends, pero might sound like to me na baka the friends that she has are friends that also like to drink. So, if you surround yourself with people who like to do the same things na addicting sa'yo, mas mahirap makaalis dun, diba? Again, going back with the example of video games. Kung may mga friends kang kalaro lagi, mas mahirap pumigil yun kasi syempre, puro lahat kayo yung gusto Pero kung nag-iisa ka lang sa buong tropa mo na gusto lang rin tong game na to, tas lahat sila, iba yung gustong ginagawa, I don't think magiging kasing fun siya, diba? It's not as enticing. So, isang yun. Or, kung sabihin natin na hindi ganun yung mga friends niya, kung very flexible din sila, I think that's a good way din na makapag-isip ng ibang mga gawa to socialize without the alcohol. Na parang, oy guys, ano gusto niyo gawin na hindi
I feel like yun lang din yung bonding nilang magkakaibigan.
Yun nga. Possible. Depending on how they are. It could be na yun lang yung bonding nila or kung hindi naman sila lahat reliant on alcohol or gusto nung uminom, pwede din sila mag-isip na ibang mga gawa as a group of friends na hindi kailangan yung alcohol. That's a thing that I believe that they could do.
Also, this is for educational purposes. Baka maban.
Ayun naman, puro opinion lang naman yun. Kaya, the thing here is, this is only, the post, it's just opens up the topic, pero there's not enough information to give as a general advice.
Kaya mag-deep dive.
Yeah. Yun yung dito. Like, at the very least with what the OP has said, again, the conclusions I have is, hindi naman siya necessarily alcoholic, pero wanting to make a change, it benefits to at least say, baka nga alcoholic ako, diba?
Kasi, medyo nakaka-relate din ako kasi meron nga akong mga past friends na I wouldn't say na alcoholic din, pero malakas silang uminom. And dahil sa kanila, siguro, na-influensyahan din ako na uminom na parang okay lang ako silang tapatan sa ganito, ganyan. Kasi mataas yung drinking tolerance nila, ako mababa lang. So, tuwing kasama ko sila, syempre parang gusto ko naman ano, hindi naman sa tapatan talaga, like parang gusto ko silang makasabay sa mga bagay-bagay, gano'n. But at the same time, I feel like it took a toll on me kasi kahit wala na sila, nagke-crave pa rin ako sa alcohol kahit ako lang mag-isa. So, I feel like dun ano, ah, fuck, I forgot the right words. Pero I feel like dahil nga sa kanila medyo naimpluwensyahan na ako kahit wala na sila na uminom. And kung hindi naman gano'n si OP, I think that's good for her na kahit kung wala yung friends niya, hindi siya nagka-crave ng alcohol like, gusto ko talagang uminom, gusto ko magpakalasing mag-isa, like gano'n. I feel like mas okey na yun kaysa, nag-iisa lang ako sa bahay. Gagawa ako ng paraan para makainom. Mangungutang ako, kukuha ako ng stuff, like para makainom lang. So, I feel like goods na rin yung once or twice a month na iinom siya ng sobra-sobra.
Yeah, it's very subjective dun talaga. Sa'yo naman, yun sa case naman na sinabi mo, it does sound like it's not about the amount, pero dahil nangungutang or dun pumapasok na parang, okay, baka
Nakaka-hinder
nakaka-hinder
na.
nga siya talaga, diba? Pero may naisip ako dyan dun sa mo na parang not necessarily tapatan, pero makisabay lang. The question talaga dyan is minsan na parang ano ba yung nagde-determine kung nakikisabay ka sa mga tao?
Oo.
Like, is it the amount, doing the same amount as them, or just being there with them, diba? Parang, making it, hindi ko alam kung 1:1 siya pwedeng gawing example, pero naisip ko ulit yung video games, na parang, kung nag-video games kayo, yung mga kaibigan natin, shooting games, Apex Legends, ganyan. I don't believe naman na kailangan nila kasing galing ng isa't isa para masabing nakikisama sila, magkakasama sila, diba? It's the mere fact na naglalaro sila together. That's saying na, okay, enjoy tayo magkakasama. Parang ako, like, going back sa drinking, parang ako ngayon, kung mag-uwi naman ngayon, alam ko na yung gusto ko lang.
Oo.
Hindi ako yun ang para sabayan na, okay, ito kasi ito, ganito kadami inom, ganito inumin ko rin. Pero hindi. It's more like, okay, pre, kasama tayo, inom ka. Ako, ito lang inumin ko. Okay naman tayo dyan.
Pabilisan ng tagay.
Hindi na kailangan na ganyan.
Oo.
Like, it's the mere fact na magkakasama tayo and nag-enjoy ng kung ikaw gusto mo uminom na madami, go lang. Pag ako, ito yung gusto ko.
Ito lang kaya
that's
ko.
fine. Diba? Para at least may self-assessment. And I think knowing that really helps a lot of people, find their way. Kung ito si girl agad, kung yun yung talagang gusto niya, kahit na it's not about na nakikisabay, baka iba pa nga yung gusto makisabay sa kanya, edi siya naman yung standard na magaling to sa pag-iinom, diba? Pero yun, may naisip ka pa ba?
I think I'm good na.
Okay, sige. Next topic na tayo dito, which is okay. So, the next title is Giver, not a Receiver. Ako magbabasa. So, well, I am this kind of friend who always gives gifts. I think it's my love language. It's not a problem to me, in fact. I feel happy because the person receiving the gift is happy. I also want to be remembered. That's why I am more of a giving material gifts. But words of affirmation is also my thing. Why would I say not a receiver? Well, this is not only about receiving gifts, but appreciation. The only thing I'm asking for is to at least feel that my efforts and time were appreciated. And for once, to feel that someone is also making an effort for me. So, may naisip ako ba muna dyan?
Kasi, din ako I'm a giver. Pero,
gusto mo rin yung may nakakuha appreciation?
Like, I mean, parang ganun na din. Pero, kasi, halos lahat ng kaibigan ko, alam yung mga pinaggagawa ko sa pagbibigay. And, may dating nagsabi sa akin na gift giver ka ba kasi gusto mo rin maramdaman yung may nagbibigay din sa'yo ng binibigay mo. So parang nasasaktan ako dun. Charis. Pero ayun nga din, parang ang hirap na magbigay ng magbigay, pero wala kang nakukuha, quote unquote, nakukuha in return.
Oo naman. That
Parang,
makes sense.
din, parang, I'm doing all of this, nag-e-effort ako para sa inyong lahat, pero ba't parang, wala kang naibabalik sa akin? Parang, feel ko yun yung, nafe-feel ng OP, ganun.
Yeah, it's actually dalawa yung naisip ko dito kung ano. One is, what's the purpose?
Oo.
Sa'yo, gusto niya na, di ba naman siya sure? I think the love language na yung giving gifts, diba? So, it could be na that's how they express
Oo.
their love. Pero, hindi ko alam kung tama ba to, tama ba yung naalala ko, pero sa love language, there's things that you give or you express, and there's the love language that you like to receive. Parang, kung gift giver ka, it's not necessary na you also like to receive gifts. So, kaya sinabi niya na parang words of affirmation din yung liking niya is their thing. So, maybe ang receiving kind of love language niya is
assurance.
Yeah, it's assurance, words of affirmation.
Praise.
Yeah, praise, diba? So, those are things na I think okay lang naman. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Even dun sa sabi mo, diba? Yun lang, may nakukuha rin in return of giving things. Feel ko lang talaga it's more of something you have to express. Ang mahirap dito, it is the other half dito eh. Ang mahirap dito is if you are doing all of these things, setting expectations that are not expressed to the other person, to the other party, na
kailangan pag-usapan
Yeah, kasi in that sense, it might feel unfair sa tao na parang, ginagawa ko to lahat pero hindi naman ginagawa sa akin. Pero,
if they wanted to, they would.
yeah, hindi. Pwede rin yun. Actually, in that sense, I would say na tama naman yun. Pero, it would be better to let them know what you want para makuha mo rin, diba? Kasi may mga ibang tao dito na ito medyo nahihirapan pa ako makapag-relate. Pero there are people then na they don't want to say what they want kasi it feels to them that they're begging for it instead of natural na binibigay sa kanila. Diba? May mga,
mahirap din.
Even yung assurance na parang, if I tell you na bigyan mo ko ng assurance, tapos binigay mo sa akin, it doesn't feel genuine. Yung doon, it's a really hard thing to grasp for me. Parang the way to make it feel genuine, kailangan nyo rin pag-usapan. Na parang, sige, pwedeng pag-usapan nyo once, pero ginagawa na ulit, okay. Pero pag lagi mo kailangan sabihin, siguro that feels more ingenuous, diba? Na lagi na lang sabihin ko, siguro once or twice or whatever, basta mapag-usapan nyo na maayos, na, ako nga pala, ganito yung gusto ko. Kaya mo ba to? Kasi kaya ko din. Kaya sabihin ng partner ka, kaya, or the other person, kaya ko yan. And then, ginawa nila consistently. Edi, that feels, I feel like maybe at the start, baka hindi siya genuine kasi sabi. Pero the more they do it, the more it feel genuine. Kung kailangan every time na, hindi ko pala ito nagawa. Sige, ito nga gusto ko Sige, next time ulit, ito yung gusto ko Baka doon talaga na parang napipilit lang din yung other person. In that sense, the other person also has the responsibility to say what they want, diba? Na, kunwari, sabihin natin na, okay, I like receiving gifts. Pero yung kaibigan mo or whatever, hindi rin naman siya gift giver. So, medyo mapipilit yung tao na parang, ano ba yan? Wala naman akong parang pera lagi para mag-isip na makapagbigay ng gift. Parang, it's not really what I like.
Wala rin sa kakayahan ko na bigay.
Kahit sabihin natin yun. Even if not financially, parang hindi na talaga ako marunong mag-isip ng mga gift sa ganyan eh. I would have to ask talaga lagi, ano ba yung gusto mo? Kasi, if I don't, hindi ko rin talaga alam, ano ba mga, ano na to?
Baka mamaya, hindi nila magustuhan yung
diba?
ibigay ko.
Yeah.
Papangitan sila.
In that sense talaga, it's a two-way street na you can express what you want to receive, and you also have to ask. Minsan nila masasabi, but you have to ask them naman, ano ba, okay ba sa'yo to? Kasi hindi man porket na sinabi mo lang sa kanila, okay na yun, diba?
Na
So it's there's a lot of communication that has to go through with these things. Mahirap again, isa sa mga parang things I advocate for talaga is mahirap talaga yung makikiramdam lang ng mga bagay. Minsan nangyayari yun, pero later down the line, you have to talk about it na talaga. Ito pala yung ibig sabihin mo. Akala ko ito lang eh. So, okay, let's fix that. Ano ba talaga yung
kasi minsan baka magkaroon din ng miscommunication pagdating sa mga bagay na ganyan, di ba?
pag makikiramdam lang, hindi mo talaga alam kung tama yung communication na naiintindihan niyo eh, di ba? So, yan. May ano ka pa ba dito?
Parang masyadong short kasi yung post
Oh, para sa'yo, yung sa ano mo, sa pag-relate mo, meron ka pang yung sabi mo kanina, diba? Parang yun nga, na you want to receive din naman some stuff. Like, may experience ka ba na nasabi mo na, I'm assuming na parang, okay, na-communicate ko naman din talaga na ganito, pero hindi pa rin nagagawa.
Oo, na-experience ko na din yun.
And how was that naman?
Parang, masakit para sa akin kasi, tawag na to, gusto ko rin na may ma-receive and makita talaga yung efforts ko na I went through this location para bumili ng bagay na to, tapos pumunta pa ako sa ibang mga locations para bumili ng bagay for that one specific person. And I received nothing. Parang nakaka-dismay. Ganon. So, may nagsabi din sa akin na don't expect. And siguro, okay, I feel like, hindi naman so okay kasi syempre may nararamdaman pa rin ako at that time na parang, hindi niya nakita yung efforts ko. Kasi, alam niyo naman, commute, pagod. And, sometimes I wish na, makikita nga yung efforts ko when it comes to stuff like this. Kasi, I'm willing to go all out, pero is the other party also willing to do that to me? Ganon.
Yeah, I think that's very understandable naman. Especially sa mga itong example na ito is something na napag-usapan nyo naman din prior. Diba? So, kung napag-usapan na, tapos di pa rin nila nare-reciprocate yung mga bagay-bagay na yun, kung hindi man na sila marunong mamansin, I think the next step naman dyan is not to expect. Kasi kung sabihin mo, hindi, huwag ka na mag-expect, doon naman papasok yung mga martir, diba? Yung tawag na, hindi, sige, gagawin ko lang ito lang ito kasi gusto ko gawin, pero kung hindi na naman, bahala na, ito talaga yung ko eh. It's more of, doon ka na mag-reassess. Parang nag-usapan namin yung Wabi kanina. It's about reassessment na parang, okay, ginawa ko to, and hindi na-reciprocate even after I told them. What do I feel about it? Is it something na I'm okay with, or baka hindi na? Kasi ako, I think may ganyan din ako minsan na, minsan, naging grab driver ako ng lahat dito, kahit sa jowa ko. And parang wala akong pake masyado. Parang okay, minsan magagalit pa sila or whatever. I'm fine. Pag iniisip ko sa sarili ko, chill lang naman ako dito. That's my assessment na okay, I'm okay with this. Pag mag-assess ako minsan na parang okay, medyo pagod talaga ako. Kaya ko lang hanggang dito lang mag-drive na hindi ko na i-added all the way sa mga sakayan nila kahit na it's much more convenient talaga para sa akin na ako yung nakakapag-drive and sila hindi. Hindi ko siya maipipilit. Hindi ko magagawa na sabihin, hindi, sige, para sa kanila gagawin ko to. Hindi rin talaga hindi rin talaga practical yun, diba? So in that sense, I feel like I'm doing some kind of better assessment again of when to say okay lang to or hindi. And the only problem na lang dito, which is part of life, is you have to go through these things to know. Diba? Like,
kesa naman, it is what it is. Diba?
No, or like, yung mahirap din is, minsan, kasi the hard part here is, minsan baka may iba na hindi pa nila nasusubukan. Hindi, dito parang hindi to gagana kasi ganito yung ugali na tong tao to, para siya yung ex ko na hindi so wala to, iba. So instead of, wag na naman, yung ano ko is, wag naman din mapunta sa ganun. You have to know that when you get into things, social things, especially, there has to be some kind of trial and error. Maybe not go ahead agad sa giving stuff. Maybe if you could get to know someone na parang, okay, paano ba tong tao na to? Ano ba yung ano niya? And know early on if it's something na kaya. Kung hindi naman siya something na parang, ay, bakit mo talaga, bakit ang ugali mo? So, hindi man ganun. Oo, di ba? Hindi ba naman pipilitin sila na magbago in that sense? Depende kung gusto nila. Sabihin nila, hindi gusto ko talaga maging appreciative din sa don't let it end there. Na parang, ay, hanggang dito lang. Sige, sabi mo. Yun. Huwag mo sabihin na parang, ay, hindi gusto ko magbago. Sige, huwag mo yan doon. Hindi mo na pag-usapan. Sige, anong pwedeng gawin para mapunta doon? Get ideas from them naman. Hindi lang puro ikaw magsasabi din. Kasi, the more that they would speak about it, the more that they would think about it, diba? So, yeah. May ka pa dito?
Siguro, na rin, learn your love languages.
Yeah.
Parang, kasi sabi ni OP, gusto niya, imbes na gifts, gusto niya affirmation. So, kung sino man, partner or kaibigan na to OP, maybe, like, once in a while, hindi naman sa once in a while, grabe naman, pero i-reassure niyo rin na, ang ganda naman ng mga gifts mo para sa amin. Parang, ganito, ganyan. Parang praise lang ba, ganun.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Para lang magbigay para sa amin. Parang, we're so proud of you. Grabe naman yung bunjing.
Yeah, I think that's very, very reasonable. Again, with proper communication na ganito yung gusto natin, diba? And even with the love language, it's something that they can explore within themselves. Na parang, ba't nga ba mahilig ako magbigay ng regalo? Ba't nga ba gusto ko ng ganito? Like, I think a lot of people relate naman na they like getting affirmation. Ako honestly, hindi as much. Wala masyadong pake sa affirmation. Kaya hindi rin ako nakakapagbigay masyado ng affirmation sa ibang tao. Yun yung ko. So, baka kung may mga kilala ka na hindi nagbibigay ng affirmation, baka malaman mo na, ay, dito rin pala wala masyadong pake sa affirmation, diba?
Pangit talaga guys.
Iba-ibang things lang, like, it's hard to expect din talaga. Like, kunyari, sabi ko naman, okay, like, receiving gifts naman. Tapos, nagkaibigan ako ng mga tao na hindi naman mahilig magbigay ng regalo, di ba? Parang unreasonable naman nun na parang, uy, pre, mahilig ako, birthday ko na, mahilig nga, nga pala.
Asan yung mga regalo,
Giving nga pala ang gusto ko sa love language ko. So, alam mo na, parang nagpe-pressure ka naman ng tao dun. Diba? So, kasi it's funny, if you think about it that way, kasi, the other love languages, spending time or words of affirmation, it sounds more reasonable pa. Pero if you put it in a something, not necessarily monetary naman kasi ang gifts pero kung gano'n ang POV, lagi mas parang okay, na-gets ko minsan parang ang hirap din naman magawa ito. Diba? So, it's
parang gold digger.
I mean, it could be totoo talaga na love language nila talaga is receiving gifts. Pero, it's something you have to think about and talk to people about na parang, okay lang ba to na gusto ko to? Or, ano ba?
Ano kayang gusto niyo?
Or bakit ko nga ba gusto to? Parang, ganun, diba? So, yeah. I think, I'm okay na dito.
Na din.
Okay, so, dun na tayo sa ating last topic. And, it's a more of a general topic na gusto ko kasi, wala ako masyadong nakakausap about this, I think. And ikaw, madami kang alam about this naman. Through experience naman. Not that specific, pero we're talking about anger issues specifically. And gusto ko mag-open dito.
Ikaw na lang muna.
Okay. So, sa anger kasi, it's, paano ba sabihin to? Let's go with the definition kay Dr. K. So, first things first, anger is usually seen as a negative trait sa mga tao. But in reality, it's not that way. It's not that case because humans, evolve through years and years, thousands of years, millions of years with anger. Hindi siya parang defect na nag-spread out throughout humanity. It's something talaga na everyone has the capacity to be angry, and there's a purpose. So, the purpose itself is identification.
Mhm.
If you are being disrespected or if there's something wrongfully done against you,
Oo.
anger is the thing that will allow you or at least let you know pag nangyayari yun. Siguro yung negative part is if you have unchecked na anger na parang hindi mo alam ano ba nangyari ito, nagagalit ka lang sa
Ba't
lahat-lahat.
ako nagagalit?
Oo, hindi mo pinag-isipan nga na ganun, ba't ako nagagalit? Oo, talagang wala lang, lahat na lang ng iniisip mo nag-disrespect sa'yo or whatever. Yun yung I think that's like when it becomes a problem, 'di ba? Nagiging issue siya in a way. Pero kung parang ako na parang sabihin ko, medyo ayaw ko 'tong sinabi na 'to, ba't nga ba? Kasi na-feel ko na disrespect niya ako dito sa
Oo.
ganito.
Feel ko minamaliit ako.
Feel ko minamaliit ako. What's my responsibility from that point naman?
Oo.
Ano, sagutin mo?
Kailangan wait.
If I feel like nagalit ako, and then nag-reflect ako, ba't nga ba ako nagalit? Kasi na-feel ko na disrespect ako sa itong bagay na to. What do I need to do? What should I do after naman? Like as a responsible person.
Kailangan pag-isipan kung paano mailalabas yung galit in a safe,
Pwede yan.
good way, ganon.
Pwede yan. May isa pa ako naisip to actually know dun sa tao na yun kung yun ba yung intent na yun, di ba?
Oo.
Padari, yun nga, naisip kasi sabi ko kaya na in-emphasize yung I feel like dinisrespect ako.
Oo.
That's what you feel like. Pero if you never confirm it with the person, edi naiwan lang sa area yun na parang mukha siya masamang tao sa'yo, pero hindi mo naman talaga alam.
Oo.
Diba?
Baka lang mamaya, joke lang talaga.
So, it could be a joke or it could be a joke even though sabihin natin, ako minsan na hindi man victim, ako yung perpetrator nito na parang minsan bad joke na ay mali pala, hindi pala dapat ito nasabi.
Bakit ugali na ito sa totoo?
In that sense nga, yun yung isa ko actual na inaayos na bagay na minsan, okay, makikita ko, pangit pala tong joke na nagawa ko. Hindi pala tama na wala sa lugar yung joke na to. So, I would like to know it from these people na parang, na-bad trip ka ba or nagalit ka ba dun sa sinabi ko? Sorry, it's, it is a joke. It is a bad joke. So, hindi naman mauulit. I didn't really mean it in a insulting way. It's really just something that I thought might have been funny or could have been funny, pero upon reflection now, hindi siya funny talaga.
Yung intonation rin, isa din factor yun.
Pwede rin. Isang intonation. Actually, mahirap dyan is pag mga online messages lang, di ba? Wala talagang intonation, di mo malalaman. So, it's hard to know minsan kung may nag-joke lang sa'yo or nag-disrespect or galit sa'yo, di ba? So, yun. Dun yung reason ba't sabi na ganun. May naala ka pa dyan?
Kasi, like, ipa-preach ko talaga na let your anger out in a good way, not in a, parang lahat ng nasa paligid mo, idadamay mo dahil sa galit mo. Kasi, I've experienced it firsthand dahil nga coastal environment yung bahay ko and prominent yung shouting. So, kapag sumisigaw yung isang tao, syempre, isipin natin, galit na sila, ganito, ganyan. And, like, please, yun lang.
Ano yun lang?
Ilabas niyo yung galit nyo in a good way. Pumunta kayo ng rage room kung kailangan. Magwaldas kayo yung pera doon.
Yeah, pwede. Actually, in that sense nga yung mga ganun, rage rooms. Ito, nakita ko lang to na sa online dati. And like, I don't know kung tama ba na talaga, pero there are some who say na parang hindi rin talaga cure ang rage room. Like, it is temporary. Para kang nag-video game. Again, para kang naglaro ng game para umalis sa stress mo. What does that do? Nalabas mo yung galit or nalabas mo yung pero hindi mo siya na-tackle.
Hindi mo siya naisip ng maayos.
Wala. Okay, nalabas ko na yung galit.
Ano pa ba?
Pero pag bumalik ulit, pag nangyari ulit yung same situation, babalik lang ulit yun. Kasi hindi mo siya parang na-internalize. Ayun, hindi mo siya na-internalize talaga kung ano ba yung nagpagalit sa'yo doon, di ba?
Oo.
So, ayun, may ano ka pa doon?
Siguro another way para mailabas yung galit and para ma-tackle rin at the same time, note writing, ganun, di
Yeah,
ba?
pwede yan.
Para kung wala na kayo sa state na galit, pwede mong balikan, basahin mo. Bakit nga ba ako nagalit? Saan ba ako nagalit? Ganito, ganyan. Ano bang ginawa nila?
Yeah. Another benefit din siguro is kung ikaw lang naman yung nagagalit and yung other person yung medyo unaware or chill lang, if you have a good relationship with them naman like, hopefully, you could talk to them. Uy, medyo na-bad trip ako dito. Parang, ito yung na-feel ko. Can you let me know ano ba yung meaning mo dito? Or kahit di man naman meaning, pero kung sabihin mo lang yun, hopefully, if they are reasonable enough, they could hear you out, say sorry, and then explain din naman na hindi naman to yung
Hindi ko to sinasadya.
Kung sinabi nila sinasadya nila, di okay, sige, ganito ako. That's fine. At least alam ko hindi na ako talaga dito sa tao. That's reasonable din, diba? Na, hindi na lang ako dito kung ito talaga yung humor na tong tao na to. That just shows, okay, hindi pala talaga tayo, match in that sense, diba? Miski romantic relationship or kahit friends or whatever, hindi siya magiging bagay, diba?
Tsaka, wag niya din ikikim-kim kasi masama yan.
Yun yung parang sa kanina, diba? Parang kung kinikim-kim mo, ibig sabihin pag kinikim-kim yung hindi sinasabi or like hindi niya sa notes or sa radio or sa
kahit kanino, parang quote-unquote kinakalimutan na.
Oo. Yun yung isa doon. Sinasabi natin kinakalimutan natin pero hindi siya talaga nakakalimutan. We could even say, actually naalala ko to napag-usapan. Nasabi ko to sa'yo dati pa na parang minsan kahit technically nakalimutan mo na, bumabalik pa rin, naalala siya ng katawan mo. Na parang, hindi mo alam nga, parang ba't ako nagagalit dito? Kasi may something pala na dati nangyari na hindi ko ever nakalimutan ko. Pero alam ng katawan ko na masama to. It's the similar thing with trauma, diba? May mga tao kasi trauma, sabihin na natin, is more accepted or more common na lang sa mga tao na something traumatic is usually sad, depressing, or nakaka-down. Pero hindi iniisip usually trauma is anger. And I don't know if it's a scientific thing, pero I would say, na parang traumatized ka in the sense na nagagalit ka sa mga bagay na to. And it's something na, it's an unresolved trauma. If it does happen again in the future, kunyari nangyari siya ng bata ka, nangyari sa future, di mo alam, magagalit ka dito. Kahit na sabihin natin, it's a similar event happens to you, pero iba talaga yung situation where hindi siya kasing bad talaga na, okay, yun nga, again, sabihin natin nag-joke yung mga tao na to.
Or baka dati nagalit ka tapos nakasakit ka ng tao tapos nakalimutan mo lang yon, and then probably the next time na magagalit ka ng ganun ka todo, magawa mo ulit. I think mas okay lang talaga na isulat mo yan and pag-isipan mo.
Or pakausap mo nga yung tao. I mean, siguro in the levels, sabihin natin levels na lang, pinakamadali yung sulatin mo. Diba? Yun yung pinaka parang kung shy ka talaga kumakusap sa mga tao, or kung hindi mo talaga makausap yung tao, sige, sulat mo na lang. Sulat mo, reflect upon it, think about, ba't nga ba ako nagalit dito? And think to yourself, tama ba or reasonable naman ba na nagalit ako dito? And you could say, yeah, kung ito yung intention nila, yeah, it is very reasonable. Kung hindi pala ito ang intention nila, sige, I might have misunderstood, pero medyo na bad trip pa rin ako. And accept na, yun talaga yun, diba?
Tsaka, na lang din, being angry is not a bad thing, diba?
It's something that we evolved with. It's something that
parang kung meron nga kayong mga kaibigan or someone that you know na parang sinasabihan na, uy, huwag kayo lumapit dyan, palagi yan galit. Isipin nyo na rin kung bakit sila palaging galit.
Pwede yun. Isang magandang way yun to try to understand people. And yun nga, like, kasi baka meron na talaga silang boundaries na laging kinakross na iba-ibang tao. It's not unreasonable to say naman na, okay, ano kaya yung boundaries sa tong tao? And are those boundaries something that I'm fine with, diba? Again, I think it's more again of matching with other people. Kaya sabihin mo na, okay, itong person na to, lahat ng jokes talaga, kahit gaano kababaw, kahit gaano kasi hindi insulting talaga, nagagalit siya. Okay, di baka hindi lang talaga, baka hindi lang talaga kami nagmamatch. Pwede, sige. Pero kung nagagalit sila because certain types of jokes remind them of things na may nangyari dati, and those are actual, na traumatizing things. Edi, understand na parang, okay, again, ask yourself, okay na ba sa akin na hindi mag-joke ng ganito? Okay na naman, sige, go ahead, maging friends kayo, kasi hearing lang naman na parang, nagagalit tong tao na to, hindi yun, hindi yun,
Dun lang.
hindi yan dun lang, hindi siya parang sagot na, okay na, tapos na tayo, alam ko na agad lahat na kailangan ko malaman, diba?
Galit to, huwag na tayo lumapit dyan.
Ha?
Galit to, huwag na tayo lumapit dyan.
Tama yan. And, okay na ako dito.
Okay na rin ako.
Okay. Sige, so, send this episode off with plug. May papaplug ka ba?
Shout out nga po sa sa guy in the back, Sky Jerome. Thank you for always being here doing my shoot. Tsaka kay John Anthony Arhuab, pati kay Kiana Venice.
Tumataya natin si John Anthony Arhuab.
Yun. Tapos kay Ivan Check.
Wow, may special mention.
Tsaka na rin sa Intergalactic Misfits dahil doon nila ako inampon. Goods.
Thank you for coming today and sharing your thoughts on these topics. And sa pagkukuha rin ng mga topics actually. So yeah. Again, we are Pangit Ugali Podcast, kung saan pangatang ugali namin.
At inaayos namin.
And we'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye!